That's the right one. All right, welcome, folks. We're doing a quick little end fundraiser for Ukraine. I'm going to go live here. Boom. All right. There we go. All right. All right, telling Vlad to join us on TikTok. Excellent. Hey, Brian. We're doing a quick little end fundraiser we've been doing for Ukraine, and we're almost done with it, and we're going to pick a winner today. Oh, there's Vlad. There we go. We're giving a Ukrainian stamp set commemorating 10 years into the war. So, oh, there's Vlad. Hey, Vlad. Let me see about plugging you in again to my other little thing here. 1 second. This is never easy. 1 sec. Up. Oops. Maybe down. Maybe up here. Up. Is this thing plugged in? 1 second. Maybe it isn't. One moment. It is not plugged in. Okay. Just to be difficult. There we go. All right. There we go. Welcome, everybody. We have screaming children at Vlad's house. always exciting. Oops, where is this? Hold on, I'm trying to get my. That might. All right, I'm trying to get my microphone over far enough that people can maybe hear it on. It's gonna be tough. Well, all right. Maybe I'll just put it here. I'll put it here. That's okay. That's not the worst. Anyway, welcome. I don't know if anyone's going to be on YouTube today because this is sort of, a couple YouTubers. We sort of surprise people out of nowhere. TikTokers, hello. I can flip the screen, although we're not really showing anything. So there we go. Oh, thank you, gifts there. Who's that? L and LFE, our life. So anyway, hey guys, thank you, Larissa. We are, and Ava, we are doing a quick little show today because we're almost at the end of our Ukraine fundraiser. We're raising money for 2 battery systems that the Ukrainian military needs. We were $315 away, I think, or $385. I'm forgetting which, Vlad. $315 away from our goal. We need $2,500 to be able to buy 2 of these battery systems for the Ukrainian military that they need for charging their cell phones and and basically using their laptop computers at the front. And Vlad, we are going to pick today as well a winner of, hey Vicky. Oh, she got like fairy wings on today or what? Vicky's wearing fairy wings today. But we are also going to pick a winner. Vlad got a really neat 10-year anniversary stamped set envelope that's postmarked for the 10-year anniversary of the Russian invasion. Very cool there. He's got them on sorry, YouTubers, he's got it on TikTok. But we are going to pick one of the people who donated these last several days. If you donated at all for this campaign, you're in the mix, so don't worry. But one of the people will get, assuming you want it, but I think it's very cool. It's like I said, it's a neat. It looks like first day of issue stamp, possibly. We'd have to read exactly how it says there, but it should say it on there. Exactly, Gunther. Exactly. So we need another $315 to finish. If folks can help us, appreciate it. You can donate. We're raising money. Actually, Vlad, maybe show the picture again real quick on TikTok. We're raising money for 2 battery systems. Oh, I meant the battery system. If you have it.
Let me think how I can do it.
Okay.
I want to say thank you for the very first donation, Kylie. Thank you a lot for donation. So I prepare a list of the people who donate already and print it, and now I handwrite it all who donate during this life, and then we can choose randomly one of them.
Now, just so folks know, because somebody did ask on TikTok, the way you can donate, excuse me, go to my profile on TikTok, look for the link. You'll see like the red triangles pointing at the link in my profile on TikTok. Click it, and the very first thing that comes up will tell you Vlad's PayPal info. It'll say we're raising money for batteries. It has Vlad's PayPal info, and the way it works, because Vlad's in Ukraine, he's been doing this for us for a couple of years now. You have to just send it to Vlad's PayPal. Like, there's no link to go there. You go into your PayPal, you type in Vlad's email address, and that's his PayPal. So if you can, but we've been doing this for a couple of years with Vlad, and actually, and the charity that we're working with a big Ukrainian charity that we've been raising money for 2 years now. They do a lot of stuff. They do Meals on Wheels, basically delivering meals to shut-ins. They were making and delivering food to people who were having to stay in the subways for the first couple months of the war. A lot of different things we've raised money for with them. And the latest is the Ukrainian military is asking us for 2 batteries to help them at the front. And the interesting thing is, since Brian is being a troll, Ukraine is not corrupt. You know who's corrupt? Russia. The ratings came out 3 weeks ago, the official ratings. You can go to transparency.org and check them out for yourselves. And Russia came out as one of the most corrupt countries in the world, ranked 140. Ukraine, out of 140 out of 180, one of the most corrupt. Ukraine was actually in the middle. Ukraine was in the middle. They were actually less corrupt than Turkey, another European country. And by the way, a big American NATO ally, Turkey. Ukraine was less corrupt than Turkey. Ukraine was less corrupt than a couple of the other European countries. So actually, that is a Russian talking point whenever you hear them say, oh, Ukraine's corrupt. It's a MAGA talking point as well. Because unfortunately, the Trump supporters have decided that they are going to side with America's enemies rather than with freedom and democracy, and America, frankly. But nonetheless, yeah, I always like when the Trump supporters and the Russian trolls bring up corruption, because the list just came out, and Russia, most corrupt by far. So if we're going to judge the war based on corruption, then you side with Ukraine over Russia. Correct.
John, I want to update about our goal.
Oh, James. Yes. Oh.
Thank you,
James just sent the $315 we needed. Thank you, James. Ridiculously sweet of you. Thank you. So we've got the money we need.
Yes, we actually got almost 300 more. For this one, we bought some additional stuff for the same defense system.
Okay, perfect.
Will be some additional small power banks they ask also, and that will be some professional flashlight.
Perfect. So we went over a little bit, and we're just going to use the money to get the same soldiers a little bit more supplies, flashlights, things like that. Thank you so much, guys. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wow.
Just a second. Maybe James talk not about fundraising and something more. That's why he decided let's do this.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, stop talking about fundraising. I'll give you the money if you just shut up. No, I'm kidding. So that means now that we can do the not lottery, but we can randomly pick the person who is going to get the stamps, the commemorative stamps.
Just a second. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, Vlad's going to get it. So basically, we're going to go through all the donors equally, by the way, and pick out the one donor randomly to give them this really cool commemorative stamp set that Vlad got from Ukraine. I'm going to pull. So anyway, the website you can check out is transparency.org. That's the website that does the definitive rankings of corruption in the world. Now, Nigeria. So Nigeria is ranked. Somebody asked about Nigeria. Nigeria is ranked 145. That's right around where Russia is. Actually, Russia's around 140. Actually, that's a funny way of thinking of it, because I think a lot of people in the West know about corruption in Nigeria because of all the Nigerian scams and everything else. Russia is ranked around the same as Nigeria. Let me tell you who else is similar to Russia, okay? So we've got Russia, 141, Uganda, Liberia, Mozambique, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Paraguay, Cameroon, Mali. You get the idea. Ukraine, on the other hand, is actually less corrupt than Turkey, less corrupt than the Philippines, better than Indonesia, better than Ecuador, better than Thailand, Sierra Leone, Nepal, better than Egypt, another top U.S. ally, by the way. If we're talking about allies and corruption, Ukraine is less corrupt than Egypt. Bosnia and Herzegovina, which are in Europe, less corrupt. Then you got Ukraine. Ukraine is tied with Serbia, tied with Brazil, tied with Algeria, and then you go from there. So you can check it out, transparency.org. It's very interesting.
Thank you for the gift.
So yeah, so let's do our little picking who gets the. How do you want to do it, Vlad?
I need a second. My wife prepared
Oh,
for me.
oh, that's fine. Okay.
And Vicky.
He's gonna. Oh, is he? Oh, he's.
Also, I will message some of the donators which I chose, which donate higher donation, and if they don't win, I just send a gift from myself. Okay, if you don't mind, as support. So please check email and PayPal. I usually use PayPal as reply message for contact person, and also duplicate my message via email.
Well,
so that's on.
Remember, the person may not even be with us right now because people donated a few days ago as well. Yeah.
Of course. In any case,
Yeah.
I will send in the PayPal and send a message with email because I have per person email. So something like this.
Interesting. Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
already prepared some packages for some, I can say, top
God.
top supporters.
Yep.
So that will be a sense gift in any case.
Ridiculous. Yeah, no, the White House is. So somebody was correct. They mentioned on TikTok, the White House reportedly is going to be sending more ATACMS missiles to Ukraine, which is great. Basically, the way they're able to do this, the article doesn't really say it yet, but I'm sure this is what it is. There is a small amount of the budget authority left that Biden has to send money or aid to Ukraine, but the Pentagon has been waiting because, hi, Vicky. The Pentagon has been waiting because they wanted to basically make sure that we weren't giving away too many weapons, like we had enough to defend ourselves. But let me tell you, yeah, we're going to talk about this in a second because this is kind of BS what Biden is doing, to be honest. So anyway.
So, John, let me summarize. In
yes.
total, we raised $2,800. That's in total. And here is a bottle.
Woo!
And we have 51 people who involved in this fundraising. So, we can. Oh, that's very cool. Soren, if I pronounce correctly, actually the latest donation win this one. That's absolutely randomly one you see, but Soren win this set of.
Oh, it's Soren?
Yes. Let me show.
I can't even. Oh, Soren. And then I can't see the last name. It's backwards.
Yeah, sorry.
It's backwards anyway, Vlad, so I can't say K-A something maybe.
Just a sec.
But I think Soren is a regular on our lives at night. If it's the same Soren I'm thinking of.
She just donated a couple of minutes ago.
Oh, okay. And
the latest donation, yes.
oh, nice. Okay. And Soren, I don't know. Soren, is that a male or female? I think of Soren as a male name in English.
So,
but maybe not. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Great.
I will contact you with email and with PayPal. Or you can.
No, you do it. Obviously, you reach out, Vlad. You've got the information. Oh, no, Soren. Yeah, Soren's over on YouTube. Now, Soren, is that not a male name? I think of in English, I think of Soren as male. Vlad wasn't sure what you were. Man from Denmark. It is a Scandinavia. Yeah, it's a male name from Scandinavia. Oh, well, congratulations. The stamps look really, of course, you can't see them unless you're on TikTok. The stamp set looks really cool. It's, I still think it's probably first day of issue. Vlad will have to see, but it's this because the stamps are on an envelope and postmarked, and it's the 10-year anniversary of the war. They look really cool. Well, look at it, Vlad, closely. Does it not say first day of issue?
Yes, that's exactly in stamp say, but general set of the postmark say spring is coming. Something like
Oh, but it doesn't also have the premier jour thing that was on there? Like the previous ones I had were in French and Ukrainian. It would say first day, premier jour.
Yes, premier jour.
Okay, their first day of issue, which is even nicer. I mean, I think it's nicer. I've in the past have collected stamps and things. Yes, not to be confused with Sauron. Exactly, Gunther. Oh, good. Well, thank you, Soren, and I'm glad. That's always fun to have somebody who actually was here. So, so Vlad will write.
Yes, that's very interesting. That's the latest donation, actually.
That's funny, but yeah, Vlad.
You see, that's absolutely randomly one. So.
Well, we've been pretty lucky though with people. We haven't really had people not be here who have been like not be here, but the winners have always. I think we had some winners that didn't respond. I think we may have in the past.
Yes, one winner.
We had one who said, "I don't really want it. It's okay, thank you," and we went to the next person, which was fine. And then we had, yeah.
And one we have who not respond to me either in the PayPal and either in the email.
Oh, okay. Well, that happens, but yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool then. Very cool. Woo woo. So what the heck? So we might as well talk a little bit. So Politico has a story. Biden administration is using its current authority to send more ATACMS missiles to Ukraine. Basically, the Biden administration has a little more money available, but they've been holding off on sending more systems because they wanted to be sure that we weren't sending too many things. In other words, that we didn't have enough to defend ourselves in case of war. They've decided they have enough. What is bothering me is, what do you think Biden just sent? He sent the same crappy missiles we sent the Ukrainians a few months ago that weren't the ones they wanted. And they weren't the ones the experts said they needed. There's two kinds of ATACMS missiles. One go only 100 miles. The other ones go like 200 to 300 miles. They need the 200 to 300 mile one in order to hit Russian defenses, hit Russian supplies, hit Russian command and control. So what do? We sent them the old stuff that doesn't go far enough. This is the BS that Biden does. And I mean, I'm sorry. I will go off on Trump until the cows come home because the man is dangerous. But I will also go off on Biden too because I'm fair. And he has been screwing up Ukraine every step of the freaking way. He doesn't want Ukraine to win. He's afraid of giving them what they need. They need the longer range missiles, so he's giving them the shorter range. Everything he freaking does in Ukraine is, in English we use the expression, Vlad, cutting the baby in half. And it comes from King Solomon, I believe it was, in the Bible. And how, I forget what it was, whether two women came to him or whatever it was, arguing over who was the mother of the child. And I think, I may be getting this wrong, but the biblical story I remember, my mom told me, was that Solomon says, well, I can't decide which one's the mother. We'll just cut the baby in half and give each of you half of the baby. And the one mother was like, okay. And the other mother went, no, I'll give him up. I don't want him cut in half. And that was proof that she was the real mother. But we use the expression cutting the baby in half to be somebody who pretends they're, well, I'll be fair and in the middle. Let's go halfway. So they'll cut the baby in half, but of course what they're doing is killing the baby. And Biden has been cutting the baby in half in terms of helping Ukraine every freaking step of the way, and he's literally killing Ukraine. And I'm sorry, Republicans did it too, because Republicans killed all American aid to Ukraine. They're responsible too. But Biden never wanted Ukraine to win. He has been nickel and dime, not even nickel and diming them. He's not giving them the best things they need. And Germany's been responsible. France is also responsible for this. They are afraid of Ukraine winning. So we're giving them, I'm going to do a video on this right now. So we're giving them ATACMS missiles, but we're giving them the wrong ones. Yay! Because the other missiles would help Ukraine too much. The man just pisses me off to no degree. No, I mean, it's fine. It's helpful, but give me a freaking break. Give me a freaking break. Yeah.
I think most interesting what happens today is exactly story about Kursk and Belgorodskaya Oblast, which located in the Russia, and which right now Legion of Freedom of Russia and RDK doing there. That's the interesting case.
What, you mean the Belgorod stuff or what?
Yes.
Well, what are you hearing is because let me tell people really quick and I've not been sure what's going on. The Russians say the Ukrainian supported Russian troops, right? Because there's some Russian troops actually working with Ukraine, invaded Russia from Ukraine today. The Russians, of course, are claiming they killed them all. They destroyed American tanks, this kind of crap. but the Russians lie. So there's zero reason to believe that happened, but I don't know beyond that. What are you hearing, Vlad?
What I heard, let's start from the beginning about supporting Ukraine and the Ukrainian things. Uh, Ukrainian military not support these people, but Ukrainian intelligence system named Gurmo, their support was Legion of Freedom of Russia and RDK. They both supported by Ukrainian intelligence system.
Hmm.
That's the first thing. What type of support? That can be Russian tanks, which we get from the Russia. That can be some other Russian weapon. That's Russian uniform. And please pay attention. That's only Russian people cross the border. That's no Ukrainian one. They have officially Russian passports and they actually have Russian nationality. They today, right now, they today crossing borders between Ukraine and Russia in two places, one in the Kursk region, one in the Belgorod region. Right now, they get couple of villages. That's not a big one, but not a small one, medium one villages, and they try to defend these villages. I think that's not about, full-scale war. That's like big psychological operation inside the Russia to pay attention that people who not support war in Ukraine and who wants to have freedom exist in Russia. That's the main thing what they want to show by this one, and they can do something.
Sorry, I'm like putting a quick message on Discord really quick about all this stuff. So go on. Yeah, yeah.
Have nice things.
Oh. Now, mind you, keep in mind, folks, that part of what's going on here is because I'm on YouTube at the same time. I've got my PayPal giving the audio publicly. I'm not using my good microphone for PayPal. My iPad. I've got my iPad giving the audio publicly. I'm not using my good microphone. I've got Vlad on a speaker, so you're going to get reverb and you're going to get all sorts of echoes and everything else probably because I'm trying to have Vlad's voice make it so that people on YouTube can hear him.
So in general, interesting situation. Let's watch how it's going. I hope they will be successful on this one. In any case, it's a good case for Russian internal auditor. That's a very, very interesting, as for me. But
I'm back.
they have tanks this time. They have vehicles this time. They have a rocket system, some small rocket system. They have artillery preparing. They bombed with artillery some regions in the Belgorod,
Right.
in the Belgorod-Sky Oblast.
Right.
So that's an interesting case. That's a very interesting. Let's see what's happened. I think in general they want to congratulate Putin with election and with something like this one because they have a president election this weekend. That's why they want to congratulate him with this one.
So I'm looking here again. I'm trying to look at the news here. Yeah. So I mean, let's see what happens. But I guess my only point is don't believe the Russians when they say stuff. So when the Russians say, "Oh, we just blew up a NATO tank. Oh, we just killed a Ukrainian advance," there's just no way to know if they're telling the truth, and they lie so much that I just, they just lie a lot. So I would never trust that as your source for anything. I just wouldn't trust the Russians on anything. No, that doesn't mean maybe they did. Maybe they did destroy the troops coming in, but they lie about everything that you just can't trust them. So I'm looking here to see what else is in the Ukraine news today. Since we are live, let me see.
Russia bomb another bomb
Huh.
one of the building, 10 floors building in the Kryvyi Rih by a rocket. Already two people, two Ukrainian civilians already died.
Where was this? Where?
Kryvyi Rih,
What is that?
Central Ukraine.
Okay. Krividik?
Kryvyi Rih.
Krividik. Okay, I have to see how that's spelled. I'm not seeing it on my map.
No, it should be.
Oh, you mean Kryvyi Rih?
Kryvyi Rih.
Ah, okay, yeah. In English, we'd say, in English, it's impossible to pronounce Ukrainian names. I mean, I would say Kryvyi Rih because not knowing how you pronounce it, yeah. So you guys say Kryvyi Rih?
Kryvyi Rih.
Well, I know you're going to go, yeah. Kryvyi Rih. It's almost like Arabic or Hebrew. Kryvyi Rih. All right. Yes. The way it would look like it was Kryvyi Rih or Kryvyi Rih if you're reading it in English. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I know where it is. Yes. Actually, that's the town. Is that not the town Zelensky's from?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I know my Ukrainian towns. All right. You just don't pronounce them well, Vlad. That's the problem.
Okay.
What else we got, guys?
Actually,
Huh.
that's translated exactly to English as curved horn.
Say it again.
Curved horn.
Curved horn?
Yes.
Oh, funny, like a horn.
Yes.
A curved horn. Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
And is Kryvyi curved or horn?
Yes, Kryvyi, that's exactly curved.
Curved. Okay, and then Ri. Would you say Ri or you say Ri? I'm assuming.
Rig.
Rig. Oh, because in English they wrote RIH. Because you play those. Actually, are you not pronouncing it Russian instead of Ukrainian? Because wouldn't Ukrainian be the H?
No. In the Russian that means Krivoy Rog.
Oh, okay, that's different then. Okay.
Yes.
Kryvyi Rih. Okay, interesting. Because they wrote it down with the H on the map, which made me think it's the Ukrainians doing the because they write Uzgorod, but it's Uzhorod, right?
Yes.
So I was thinking it was a similar thing. Just looking here, Denmark new 337 million donation package, including artillery systems. That's good.
You've heard about USA wants to approve some additional aid for 400 million.
Well, that's what I was talking about. That's the ATACMS.
That's exactly about attackers. Yeah?
Well, the ATACMS is 300 million, that aid package, which makes me think it's the same one. It's got to be the same one. Yeah. The White House is expected to announce as soon as today that it will send a new package of weapons worth 300 million to Ukraine, and it will include a number of Army tactical missile systems, ATACMS, but the older version that only can go 100 miles and can carry cluster bombs, because that's how wimpy Biden is with this stuff. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. I'm sorry, it's just so freaking ridiculous. But whatever. Whatever.
Let's wait. Let's wait to the end of the match and see what happens.
Yeah.
I am very curious because in the end of the March and in the beginning of the April, we don't have enough rockets for Patriots. That's why I am so curious what's USA decided, what USA government
interesting.
decided about this one.
Right.
Because now as you see an urgent situation, they somehow agreed about this this ATACMS. Actually, I am not fully understand how this working. How they approve this 400 million.
What it is okay. The Congress has to approve any money the president can spend. Okay, the Congress has the power of the purse, as we say, the power of the budget. As part of the earlier Ukraine aid package, I don't know, the 10 billion, 20 billion, whatever it was, they had spent all of it, but they did not spend about, I think it was 2 billion, something like that. Okay, billion with a B, that they had not spent yet. The president had not spent, but the Pentagon was worried that we were giving too many of our weapons to Ukraine and we didn't have enough to defend ourselves, they say. So we did not spend 2 billion of the money. We'd been sitting on it because we were hoping to, whether it was, again, this might be total BS, but But the argument from the Biden administration was they didn't spend all the money because they were afraid that if we gave it to you, we wouldn't have enough for ourselves, in case of war. So about 2 billion worth they didn't send. They finally determined that it's important enough that we can afford to send you more. Again, it sounds like total bullshit to me, to be honest. It sounds like a game being played again, because also, if we couldn't afford to send you these weapons 4 months ago, why can we afford to send you the weapons today? Like, they would have endangered American national security 4 months ago, but they don't endanger national security today? What's that about? So who knows, but that's what it is. There was some remaining authority left that Biden had not used because he claims they were afraid we couldn't afford to send the systems. But again, it sounds goofy to me. It sounds like another lie, sadly. But
let's see. Let's see what will be the story with Patriot missiles. That's the most interesting for me because
yeah,
yes, we need it, but without Patriot missiles, we cannot defend. And seems to we really need one more Patriot system because of this situation in the Donetsk.
okay,
I
here.
heard rumors about two to three systems was destroyed by Russian, but no exactly proofs and no official this one. But maybe that's really happened. Maybe not.
Right.
In any case, we need to have more
right,
Patriots
right.
systems.
Well, also, again, I will tell you, there is a rumor out there, but it is only in bad newspapers. Okay? There's a rumor out there that the Russians destroyed 1 or 2 Patriot missile systems. The problem is the Russians are the only source, and the only media covering it are the fake media. I hate to use Trump's term fake, but it's fake media. It's the British tabloids. It's Newsweek. Newsweek used to be a real American publication. It's not anymore. They sold the name. So Newsweek simply repeats what other crazy people say. So Newsweek doesn't count. Forbes is literally repeating what the Russians claimed. Forbes you can't trust either, sadly. Forbes used to be very good. Thank you, Larissa and Jason and Big Hawk. Forbes used to be very good, but Forbes, basically, you can't trust any of the news services that all they're doing is cutting and pasting what other people are saying because they typically take it from very bad sources. They don't take it from the New York Times. So, Eurasia Times, the National Interest, the Daily Mail, okay? It's a bunch of bullshit sources. And honestly, even Ukrainsky Pravda is the same problem. It's a Ukrainian paper, but they're simply saying foreign media report destruction of 2 Ukrainian Patriot systems. They're quoting the bad foreign media quoting the Russians. So who knows?
Yes, Ukrainska Pravda owned by our ex-president.
Oh, there you go. So he's trying to present it as though Zelensky's screwing up?
That's actually
a little bit, or no?
Yes, and I haven't read this source at all because I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's very sad to read it.
Yeah. No, you can't. None of these are real sources. So, yep.
I don't know. Maybe that's real. Maybe not. Maybe partial. Maybe Russia really destroyed one of the systems.
Well, but again, but you can't trust the sources is my point. The sources we are getting it from currently cannot be trusted. That's the problem. That's the problem. So, right, that's what I said. It's always possible Russia did. It's possible. But do not trust the Russians saying it. And thank you, Annie. Do not trust the Russians saying it. And do not trust really bad Western media that only regurgitates other bad stories. Thank you, Jane. Like Newsweek, like these other guys I mentioned, the Daily Mail, which are the British tabloids. These guys literally quote things they saw on Russian social media. Well, Russian social, for example, Putin being sick. They're always quoting, well, a source on Russian Telegram social media that claims to be close to the Kremlin says Putin really has cancer. And you're like, okay, that was total BS what you just said. Thank you, guys. Thank you, James.
John, what I'm thinking that we should set up another weekly live show, especially related to the Russian, thank you for the gift, related to the Russian psychological operations. What they're doing, because that's actually yesterday I saw another one very interesting, and that's
Hmm.
psychological operation, criticizing of new General Sirski.
Hmm.
What they're saying, that's 100% created by Russian specialists. They said that during Sirski come to the general position, Russia get Avdiivka and more than and thousands people, thousands Ukrainian people was died in the Avdiivka. Another they mentioned that Sirski reported that more than 14 airplanes, Russian airplanes, was destroyed, but actually European sources mention only three and find proofs only for three one. Also, they mention about this pattern, so that's complexity operation
Right.
and complexity article inside the TikTok for criticize our General Sirski. And that's a special point what they mentioned, what they created. And what they are using in general. Uh, they are using exactly not fully proved sources. When
Right.
for example, how many planes Ukraine destroyed for past months?
Right.
You cannot find exact proofs of this one in the internet or with Osint analysis or with something like this one.
Hmm.
That's like because of no proofs, that can be discussed. And this exactly what Russia uses. That for sources without proofs, they use in as opposite way for Ukraine and for criticizing Ukrainian
Right.
government, Ukrainian
Right.
general, Ukrainian situation, and something like this.
Right. Right. No, I mean, again, bottom line is never trust the Russians. But I really mean this literally. The Russians lie about everything. They lie about everything. It is not, Ukraine is at war. I am always, I don't want to say skeptical, but I'm cautious when the Ukrainian government alleges something because they're at war. You've got to be careful when you are at war, you've got to be careful what you say. For example, you can't just admit everybody who's died because that can kill it can kill sort of morale at home, right? If Zelensky comes out and literally says how many Ukrainian soldiers have died, that's going to hurt morale. You can't do it. You just can't. So when Russia says how many, we should not believe them about the Ukrainians. And I mean, mostly I do trust the Ukrainians on a lot of stuff because they've told the truth. There aren't a lot of things. I mean, honestly, the only thing I can even think of that Zelensky said that wasn't true was, and I'm convinced it wasn't true, was literally the other day. He claimed in a speech that only 30,000 Ukrainian troops have died in the war. 31,000. I mean, that's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I mean, Vlad probably does too. But that's literally once in 3 years or 2.5 years that the guy basically couldn't really say the real number because he doesn't want to kill morale at home. But otherwise, I haven't found anything that Zelensky said when I've been listening, at least, that I've said, oh, wait, that number isn't correct or that attack didn't really happen. Whereas the Russians, every single thing they say is a lie, literally. So anyway, you just can't trust them.
I can describe why Zelensky says this from the psychological perspective. Because let's imagine that Zelensky says that 100,000 Ukrainians was died, 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers. A lot of analytics and a lot of press, including Russian press, try to understand how far this to the real number. So they start to check intonation, how they say. They start analyze mimic, how he say. And in this case, better to say absolutely not true number.
Right.
Everybody understands that that's not true, and nobody wants to analyze this one.
Right.
That's a great idea, actually. The same thing that if Zelensky agrees on that Ukraine lost only two people during the war. The same thing. He just says that 31,000. Okay? Okay? inside the Ukraine, everybody understands that
Right.
that's not
Right.
true.
Right.
But
Right.
whatever is changing.
Right.
The problem that Russia very very good at propaganda and psychological operation. Great example related to the Patriots. Why that I think so important.
Hmm.
About 10 different people asked me for the previous week what I've heard about Patriots,
Right.
including my parents, my wife's parents,
Right.
wife's grandmother, and other older people.
Right.
The problem that they are not understand when that's exactly Russia working and when then Russia forced this news and when that's real.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Right. The Russian disinformation spreads. Yep. Right.
Yes, and in the Ukraine, that's a very easy to do this one because that's our nature. We like to hear rumors. We like to discuss some rumors, and that's actually our exactly Ukrainian characteristics.
Right.
So
Right.
something like that.
Any case, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not even sure what else because we're not going to do a long show today because we are doing
Yes,
our show tonight. Every night, or I'm doing it. Vlad will be in bed, but every night at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, U.S. Monday to Friday, I do a show updating on all the latest news from Ukraine. Remember that we just changed the time in America for daylight savings or whatever it's called, but we set our clocks ahead for the spring this weekend. We already did. So the time is different in the U.S. than it is like in UK. They didn't go forward. So just always check. I live in Washington, D.C. Just check Washington, D.C. time, 6 o'clock at night, and you will find me tonight. So just be aware. Anyway, yeah, we were just doing the quick little fundraising update. We raised all the money we needed for the two batteries for the Ukrainian military. And James Althouse, I think it was James, I'm already forgetting your name, was our super donor who came through for us and got us the last $315 that we needed, or Jim. So thank you for that. And the rest of you, a number of the rest of you bid today too. And Vlad then gave away some really cool first day issue commemorative stamps from Ukraine commemorating the 10-year anniversary of the war. And Soren from Denmark won those. We just picked somebody at random. Who had donated over the last week, and Soren by Vicky, Vlad's daughter, picked him out. So if you got a complaint, ask Vicky. So Vlad's 5-year-old daughter. All right, guys. That is it. I think we're going to call it quits, Vlad, because I don't want to go too long today, because we'll,
Thanks everybody for the donations.
Yep.
Let's wait from the feedback of military. That will be not quick operation. We need approximately 1 week to get this money and to bought this properly. So I think update about fundraising will be in 2 weeks.
Okay, good. Good.
Including delivery and something
Good.
like this one.
Good.
Thanks everybody for continue supporting. Thanks for huge donations. Thanks to every 51 person who donated for this fundraising. Really, that's very important for us that people continue support Ukrainians and Ukrainian especially.
Good. And of course, if they can, if it's safe, see if they can do a little video or something, just kind of a thank you video that we can, because it's nice to be able to show people. I like to give people whatever proof we can that this stuff is actually doing something. So, you know how it goes. If it's safe for them, because the soldiers have to be very careful about, where they are. They don't want to show the Russians in the videos and all that kind of crazy stuff. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, thank you all so much. This was great.
Yes.
A quick little, well, maybe not quick. We may have gone for half an hour, 45 minutes at this point. I never know on TikTok. It doesn't really show us, does it, how long we've gone? I don't think so. Any case, guys. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Vlad. Thank you, Mods, who came and joined us. And I will be back tonight at 6 o'clock Washington, D.C. time. And as I said, remember, our clocks got set ahead in Washington. So in the United States this last weekend. So 44 minutes. Oh, that was pretty long then. But our clocks got set ahead, so make sure you know what time it really is in Washington, D.C. But we start at 6 o'clock tonight for the latest news. And already there's news with the attackums. Biden found a little more money to send to Ukraine, so yay. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vlad. All right, you guys, YouTubers, thanks.